Imagine stepping into a land where ancient buildings, made of mud and straw, rise from the desert like towers from another time. These aren't just structures, they're pieces of art, crafted by skilled hands, standing tall against the passage of time. Now picture walking through the narrow, dusty streets of old towns, built from the same mud bricks that have stood for centuries. The air is thick with history, and every corner holds a secret waiting to be discovered. You look up and see dragon blood trees towering over you, their strange shapes casting long shadows over deep canyons. You hike up a high dune at IRA Beach, the sand soft beneath your feet, and you're greeted with the sound of turquoise waves crashing below. Playful dolphins leap from the water, just as they've done for thousands of years. This is Yemen, a land filled with ancient wonders, vibrant cultures, and breathtaking landscapes, all waiting to be explored. But Yemen is more than just a pretty place. It's a land of resilience, where history and nature are woven together in unexpected ways. Despite the challenges Yemen faces today, the beauty of its past and the strength of its people continue to shine through. Let's take a deeper look into this incredible land, where ancient cities, brilliant architectural feats, and wild landscapes create a place unlike any other. In the middle of Yemen's vast desert lies Shabam, a city that seems to rise out of the earth itself. It's often called the Manhattan of the desert, and for good reason. The city is made up of tall, narrow buildings that seem to stretch high into the sky. But they're not made from steel or glass. These structures are built from mud bricks, straw, and wood, materials that have been used for centuries. The tallest buildings in Shabam are 11 stories high, built by skilled hands that knew how to make the most of the land. But why build so high in the desert? Space was limited in this small valley, surrounded by farmland, so the people of Shabam had to think vertically. They built upward, creating a dense, compact city that made the most of every inch of land. But that wasn't the only reason for the height. Shabam was built to protect its residents from attacks. In ancient times, the desert was a dangerous place, and by building tall, narrow buildings, Shabam's people could defend themselves more easily. The city's unique design made it a fortress and a home all in one. Even today, Shabam stands as a testament to the ingenuity of its people. Though many of the city's structures are centuries old, they continue to stand strong, showing how smart design can withstand the test of time. Al Jazil is a village like no other, perched atop a rocky outcrop that overlooks the desert below. What makes Al Jazil so special is how its people have learned to survive in such a dry environment. Yemen is known for its harsh, dry climate, with very little rainfall. But in Al Jazil, the people have developed clever ways to capture and store water, ensuring they can survive even during long, dry spells. The villagers of Al Jazil carved channels into the rock itself, creating an ancient water management system that still works today. These rock-carved channels catch rainwater when it falls, storing it for the village's needs. Without this system, Al Jazil would be a very different place, one that might not have survived for as long as it has. The people's ability to work with nature, to turn a rock into a source of life, is a reminder of how resourceful humans can be when faced with challenges. Jabal Sabia is a towering mountain that stands proudly over the surrounding land. The slopes of Jabal Sabia are covered in terraces, layered steps made from stone that wind their way up the mountain. These terraces have been in use for over 2,000 years, and they're still being used today to grow crops like coffee, wheat, and barley. The people of Yemen have been working the land here for centuries, carving out each terrace by hand, using local stone to create flat, usable land in a place where the ground is far from flat. The terraces of Jabal Sabia are more than just a way to grow food. They're a living testament to the relationship between humans and the land. The people who built these terraces understood how to work with the environment, creating a system that allowed them to thrive in a place where many would have struggled. It's a practice that has passed down through generations, and the terraces remain just as functional today as they were when they were first built. Jabal Sabia is also home to endangered Arabian leopards, making it a unique blend of ancient farming techniques and wildlife conservation. Imagine a village so tightly connected to its surroundings that it looks like it's part of the mountain itself. That's exactly what Al-Hajara looks like. Built on a steep cliffside, the village's homes are stacked on top of each other, making the most of every inch of space. The lower floors of these homes were used for storing food, water, and keeping livestock, while the upper floors were reserved for living spaces. This design allowed the people of Al-Hajara to keep their homes dry and safe from the cold winds and damp earth below. The village's clever use of space is a perfect example of how people adapt to their environment. In a place where space is limited, the people of Al-Hajara found a way to live comfortably while still protecting themselves from the harsh conditions of the land. It's a community that feels both ancient and modern at the same time, with homes that have stood for generations, still providing shelter to families today. Taiz is a city built high on the slopes of Jabal Sauber, its winding streets climbing upward as if in defiance of the mountain itself. At the heart of this city stands the Alaha Citadel, a massive fortress made of thick stone walls, watchtowers, and battlements. The citadel was built to protect the people of Taiz during times of war, and it's still a symbol of the city's resilience. Inside the citadel, there were water reservoirs, food storage areas, and living quarters, everything needed to survive long periods of conflict. The people who built the citadel knew they needed to be prepared for anything, and they designed it to be a self-sustaining fortress. The citadel wasn't just a military structure, though. It was also an important center of governance, where decisions about the city were made. Taiz is a city built on resilience, a place where history has shaped every stone and every street. Marib was once the capital of a powerful kingdom, known for its advanced irrigation systems that turned the surrounding desert into fertile farmland. The most famous of these systems was the Marib Dam, a massive structure that brought water to the region, allowing crops to grow in a place where little rain falls. The dam was an engineering marvel, and it helped Marib become a key player in trade and agriculture. Marib was also a center of commerce, with traders passing through to exchange goods like frankincense and myrrh, which were highly prized in the ancient world. Caravans carrying these valuable substances made their way to distant markets, connecting Marib to the rest of the world. Today, Marib may be quieter than it once was, but its history lives on in the ruins of the dam and the stories of its ancient glory. Almt is a mountain town with a history that stretches back thousands of years. Archaeologists have discovered over 700 ancient sites in the area, including tombs and mummies that date back to a time long before modern civilization. What makes Almt particularly interesting is that its people practiced mummification, possibly even before the ancient Egyptians. The discovery of these mummies is a window into the past, showing how people in this region lived and how their culture developed. The people of Almt were skilled in preserving the dead, using techniques that have been passed down through generations. These mummies give us a glimpse into a culture that thrived in the mountains of Yemen, one that valued life and death in ways that were unique to their time. Socotra Island in the Indian Ocean is a place unlike any other. Known for its unique plants and animals, Socotra is a haven for biodiversity. One of the most famous features of the island is the dragon blood tree. With its strange umbrella-like canopy and thick, bulbous trunk, These trees are a striking sight. The red sap they produce has been prized for centuries for its medicinal properties, making the dragon blood tree an important part of Cotra's natural heritage. Socotra Island is also home to some of the most beautiful beaches in the world. Ayara Beach is surrounded by towering sand dunes, and it's one of the few places where freshwater springs flow next to the sea. The island's unique coastal ecosystem is home to many species of fish, rays, and small sharks. The calm waters of the island provide a safe resting place for migratory birds, creating an oasis for both land and sea life. Despite the beauty and history of Yemen, the country faces many challenges. The ongoing conflict has made it difficult for people to visit many of the most important sites, and some historic places are at risk of being lost forever. But even in these hard times, the people of Yemen continue to fight for peace and to protect their heritage. The wonders of Yemen, both natural and man-made, are waiting for the day when peace will return and allow them to shine once again. Yemen is a land full of history, beauty, and wonder. From the ancient cities to the wild landscapes, it's a place where the past and present come together. Despite the challenges it faces, Yemen's spirit remains strong. Its treasures, both cultural and natural, await a future where peace can allow them to thrive once again.